Hey, I'm Jay Leeming, and we are talking about storytelling and climate action. Humans have a big problem, which is climate change. And storytelling is a big part of the solution. It is also a part of the problem. So let's start with how it's part of the problem. Most of us get our stories from corporate media, from film, from Netflix, from the screen. Industrial storytelling, the film industry, is one of the most destructive and resource-intense ways. It is the most destructive way to tell stories ever invented. What's the problem? Well, let's look at carbon emissions. The carbon emissions of the film industry in a given year. What number is that? Well, here's the number. The film industry globally emits about 512 million tons of carbon in a single year. What does that mean? That's a huge number. Where is it? Well, let's pretend it's a nation. Is it a nation like Liechtenstein, or is it more like Iceland? Well, if the film industry globally were a nation, it would be 11th on the list of carbon-emitting countries. That puts it below Canada, but above France, the United Kingdom, and Australia. So the film industry, in a year, emits more carbon than Australia. Take that in. Streaming alone, and we're not talking about my laptop and your laptop. We're talking about the servers and the infrastructure that make streaming possible. That emits 265 million tons of carbon every year, which is about the same carbon emissions as Spain, the country. So that's a huge thing. That's a huge amount of carbon emitted because of this industry. What's the answer? Well, the answer is to tell stories ourselves, something which we know how to do, which humans have always done, and which we do naturally. You have probably told stories today without even realizing it. How was your day at work? Well, that's a story. How did you sleep? That is a story. We do it naturally and easily. So if we're going to address these deep problems of climate change, one way to do that is to take our money, our time, and attention away from the corporate media, which we give our attention to, Netflix, the film industry, all that stuff, and focus on telling stories ourselves, which require hardly any energy. You need to keep yourself alive and the people you're talking to, and that's it. You can tell stories in the dark. Often they're better in the dark. This is something you can do. It's something we can do. And it is a crucial part of solving this great emergency in which we are involved. And next I will talk about ways in which you can do that and other ways in which storytelling and climate action are woven together. Thank you. And I would say I'm indebted to the amazing work of Brian Smolensky around this subject. And I will link to his work on this post. Thanks so much for listening, and take care.